these reports are coming out. And if you've been very observant, this is not the first time this allegation is coming out. You recall when MPP went for a by-election in Asin South, is it Asin North, and they lost. These were some of the reports we kept hearing, that some of the executives were in hotels with me. They just went in for ladies and stuff. And this same trend of comment is repeating itself, that they went to Akwetia also for women and they were with women and they were not really working on the ground. I think that NPP must really get themselves together. Whatever deficiency they have, I think they should be able to bridge the gap and unite, because I can tell you, this is what they have in the midst of them. There's going to be a problem. The party really needs reconciliation. They really needs reconciliation. Otherwise, we are going to hear more worse things coming up, and it's not going to be good for the image of the party going forward. Yes, because you see, if they don't reconcile, if they don't admit that there is a problem, see, they will just go around circles, and nothing will really happen. Because the first problem in solving a solution is acknowledging that there is a problem. That is the first step.
That's true.
If you acknowledge that there is a problem, then it means that you guys can come together and see what the challenge is. But if you guys feel there's no challenge, there's no problem, I can tell you, you're not going to get here. It's like somebody who is sick of malaria. The person knows that he's not well, but he keeps saying, I am well. He keeps saying, I'm. So I think that there must be a proper diagnosis. Somebody will have to diagnose the MPP. They must bring everybody who is gone out of the party. They must bring them back, because they need everybody. And this issue about anybody comes up and speaks, I think there must be discipline also. I think going for I reach the MPP well, I believe that MPP can come stronger if they try to unite and try to solve some of the little issues, some of the little things they have. I think that they can come stronger. And for me, as I always keep saying, I want MPP to be back, but they must put themselves in the right place so that they can be attractive to others. So, in fact, this is what I can say.
Well, I think the NPP is no more attractive.
No, you see, in fact, I'm not saying they are not attractive. I'm saying that they must be able to fix the challenges, because you see, you must be able to package yourself very well. If this is the problem you have, how would other people come on the board? Let's be real. If you don't solve your problem and there's a problem, how would I come to the ship? But I'm saying that if you're able to solve those problems, if we see unity among them, I'm telling you, a lot of people will jump on the ship. Look at NDC. NDC have made themselves very attractive. Now, you see academia, learned people jumping on the ship. Everybody wants to jump on the ship because they've made it attractive. And I'm saying that MPP can come back, because we know MPP to be a party of intellectuals, MPP to be a party very attractive to a lot of people. And I think that they can do that by making sure that some of the little foxes they have, they're able to resolve those issues. And unity, they come together. And I think that would be the best. And I can boldly tell you, if you go out there and you interview people about MPP and NDC now, currently, even on university campus, I will tell you, a lot of people will want to jump on the NDC because they are making it more attractive. And I'm saying that MPP used to be that party. Like, what's going on? I think they can come back.
Man, and even the Nasara coordinator, Abdulaziz Futa, did not have a place to sleep. What do you make of it? This part of fact. Ghana Bantu, let me have you, or this one you prefer to be quiet on it. What is going on with New Patriotic Party leadership?
The New Patriotic Party leadership has just one solution they were supposed to have organized. The front is disjointed. There is a farrago of confusion and hate towards each other. And I'm telling you this on authority. A lot of the chuk, if I would use that phrase, that happened relative to who have stolen what money and who has looted what, was given by people from within the MPP to the NDC, and it's still being done. You get it? I would have expected that people swallowed their pride if the leadership of the MPP decided that instead of rallying behind one particular candidate and shoving it down the throat of their supporters. They decide to call everybody to some sort of forgiveness retreat, some sort of leadership retreat made up of a leadership, all the blocks, the broken away blocks and groups, and not this arrogant announcement of amnesty. Rather, they lock themselves up behind closed doors for a week or 2 or 3 and have very critical conversations, and they come out as a united front and announce what is it the plan of the party is. They have a good opportunity to give NDC a good run in the coming 2028 elections. But the arrogance and greed is not wanting any of them to even think of a reconciliatory approach. Rather, everybody is, thinking that they'll be victorious in their small space. You get it?
But don't you think that the top-bottom approach is an attempt to get a leader who can champion that? Because right now, as you clearly stated, that it's sort of disjointed and there's no unity, clearly. So if they elect a leader who can probably facilitate such a process, don't you think that would be the right way to go?
Behind the door leadership retreat can still end up choosing a leader, top bottom, that everybody would agree with. I don't think if the supporters of Baumia or Alan or whatever the broken groups are went behind closed doors and then come up with an agreement that Baumia is the one we are all supporting, the supporters of Kennedy will say no, we are not, so we will not agree with what our boss or leader says. And if they had attempted it, at least we would have come up with some consensus. But they did not. Immediately they are wanting to fix an early Congress and thinking that, let's machete ourselves and let's, break our bones and choose the leader. Afterwards we'll heal. That's the thought. But this could even break the party further. You get it? This could really mess the party up.
You don't think having a very early Congress would, help them? At least they have 2 years, because the date for electing the new flag bearer is 31st of January. So they have the whole of 2026, 2027 to prepare for 2028 election. Don't you think that is
but then when they had the Congress when they had the Congress that selected Baumia, wasn't there time for them to heal? Did they heal? Didn't we have factions within?
That was quite a very short time, because I think that particular Congress was in 2023.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. You are in power. The odds are in your favor. You were in control of all state machinery, and it was still warped. Imagine now that people are broke. People felt disappointed. People will be jailed. People are in trial. Well, the NPP knows best what is good for them. But then I think the early Congress is an attempt at ensuring that there is enough time to heal. Let's hope they heal. But let's just know that another possibility, and I always use the word code, because these are, projections we're making into the future. Nothing is cast in stone. It could also backfire really horribly, that the factions might not forgive themselves. And then it goes on to become, internal ramblings that the party will take a longer time to recover from. I wish them well, but I think a more reconciliatory approach, because the NPP have got a base, like it or not, a very strong base, and I said this on a different platform today. If galvanized with an attempt at reconciliation, would give NDC a serious, a tough time coming next election. But if they don't, well, I wish them all the best. That's all I can say.
All right, thank you.
I was not focused on the presidential results because it was so obvious that they were going to lose the election. But I started looking at the number of seats they were losing in parliament, and I was like, no, this is not good for the NPP. Because even if it is the presidential that people actually want to get rid of, some of the prominent people that are losing their seats in the NPP, it has a problem that is dawning on this party very soon, and we will see it. I came out, my videos were all out there. Some of these NPP people came, oh, you NDC, you don't like the party, you don't know what you are saying. Look, the number of seats they lost during the 2024 elections was a proof that the party was scrambling internally, and then the leadership then was not focused on the good interest of the party, because they had selfish people that were not thinking clearly about what they were doing. The things that they did actually led to this. A party that
So, to round this up, don't you think that the general apathy and probably economic hardship and certain policies of the government really accounted to the defeat of New Patriotic Party, and not necessarily how the leadership conducted themselves?
those were part, but I'm using Ghana data as a point of analysis that I'm doing. Maybe it is today that we'll say that the Ghanaian voter is becoming somehow very intelligent, not depending on the old tactics of politics, like listening to the traditional media without fact, or I am from this tribe and we vote for that tribe and this is what we do. The Ghanaian voter is changing, right? These are some of the things that encompass the 2024 result. But not taking that out of it, there are things the leadership also did at that time. Today, right now, about just 10 minutes ago, I was watching a video where an NPP person has gone to a warehouse where NPP t-shirt has been stored, and he believes the t-shirts were left there to rot because the people didn't want the candidate that they chose for them. So they didn't bring the t-shirt out for people to even come and campaign. That is why I'm telling you that there were internal things happening. There are so many of the MPs that were even in parliament that were not agreeing with the government of the day. Let's look at Bawumia himself on the flag bearer ticket. Bawumia was campaigning literally against the policies set down by his own administration as an economic management chairman and as a vice president. Bawumia was out there in 2024 campaigning that when I come, I'll cancel this that my government had done. When I come, what was the strategy?
Because I think that has been his position throughout the conversation on e-levy. That has been his position. So what's wrong in being consistent?
So was that rather very, very his position? At a point, we saw a video where he went to Peace FM, or was it okay to say that it's not good to put such thing on the people? But when the implementation comes,
so he said that.
He said that, and later on he was interviewed that but you said this on this station that this. When the implementation came, the same person said that governance is about reviewing things and moving forward with things that will help. So at this point,
all right, run it up. I'll bring you back. Okay.
All right. So at this point that things are this way. My problem here is we don't want to see the NPP collapse. We don't want to see the NPP become like the CPP, because as we speak now, there is no strong party out there coming to compete with this current administration when they start messing up, and we need them to reform. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your submission, guys. You just joined in this part of fact, and tonight we intend to table these topics: the New Patriotic Party and the issues surrounding Chairman Buga Buga and his wild allegation against Nana B and the General Secretary of the party. Now, the second segment will definitely be on the removal of the Chief Justice, and essentially the law and politics will be the segment. Thank you so much for joining in, and please do well to